everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome to another video about IELTS speaking quick card questions. In this video, again I prepared my own answer to one of the latest IELTS speaking part 2 questions together with related part 3 questions. But before we dive into the main part of the video, the question, let me quickly introduce myself because there might be some new subscribers and new viewers to my channel. I am Gulora Muzaffarova, an English teacher from Uzbekistan, and let me show you my IELTS certificate as a proof of my current English level. As you can see, my total score is 8.5, and on the screen you can see my scores from each section of the test. So today's question is a very interesting one, and this is describe a risk which you have taken and which had a positive result. Honestly speaking, this question was a real challenge for me. Not because of the language, not because lack of vocabulary or grammar structures, but because of ideas. This is such a challenging question that in order to answer this question, I had to spend half of the day thinking about my past, what kind of risk I've taken in my life, and which ones had a positive result and which ones didn't. I am 26 years old and I have some life experience, and I can find some ideas if I try, but I imagine for young learners who are 16, 17 old, yet teenagers, such kind of philosophical questions will be very difficult because they don't have enough life experience. Maybe they have never taken any risks in their lives. That's why for them such questions will be a real shock in the exam. So the conclusion is you really need to prepare for different questions of the IELTS exam. What you have to do is to sit down and to take an IELTS speaking book and prepare your own ideas for as many different questions as possible. If you make your answers to different questions of the IELTS exam, in the real exam, you will not panic, your brain will not freeze when you have only 1 minute to prepare your answer. Okay, now let's go back to my own answer. Risks are a part of our lives. We take a risk almost every day. For example, just crossing a road is also a risk. Bigger risks in our lives can be, for example, getting married, because you never know whether you will end up being happy with a particular person or not until you start living together. The risk which I took in my life and which had a positive result was the decision to move to a different city with my husband after our marriage. Initially we wanted to move abroad and live there for several years, but unfortunately that plan was unsuccessful. And after that, we decided to move to a different city in our country. At that time, we were young and adventurous, and living in a different city seemed like an exciting option. One day, we just packed our bags and we set off. At that time, we didn't have a lot of acquaintances in a new city, apart from a few of our relatives there. Now, looking back, I realized that this was the right decision to make because the advantages certainly exceeded the drawbacks. Admittedly, there are some drawbacks, for example, feeling homesick. I still miss my parents and my siblings and other relatives badly because I cannot meet them anytime I want. I cannot spend as much time as I want with them. Or besides that, I cannot rely on their help whenever I want because they live far away from me. But in terms of advantages, the process of adapting to a different city and finding our position in a new society helped to strengthen our relationships because we learn to rely on each other and to support each other through difficult times. We went through lots of ups and downs during this process. And in addition, the process of adapting to a different city really improved our personalities. Personally, I feel that I became more self-confident, more independent and cautious. Now, whenever I make a decision, I know that I'm the only person who is to blame for the end result. There's no one to put the blame on. That's why what I learned from my own experience is that newly married couples, they do need to go through some changes and some difficulties to strengthen their relationships. That's all for part 2. Now let's move on to part 3 questions. I have the questions on my phone. I'll be reading them out and answering them by myself. There are 5 questions overall. Question number 1. Why do some people enjoy extreme sports? Well, people enjoy extreme sports First of all, for adrenaline. For example, I also jumped through a water slide in a swimming pool once, and the height of the water slide was almost a 7-story building, and the thrill was unforgettable. And besides that, some people, they have phobias and they want to overcome their phobia by trying extreme sports. I'm also very scared of heights or high speed. That's why in the future I also want to try some extreme sports like bungee jumping to overcome my fears. Question number 2. Are action films popular in your country? Yes, action films are quite popular, especially among male population. They are widely watched by teenage boys or men of different ages, but not among women, I think, because majority of women are by nature more interested in romance and romantic films. Question number 3. Do you think it's a good thing if a leader likes to take a risk? Yeah, I think it's a very good idea if leaders take risks instead of the other members of the team, because in their own examples they will be showing how to take responsibility for the whole team and how to be brave enough. They will be examples of bravery to other members of the team. That's why I think leaders, they do need to take risks from time to time, think differently, think out of the box, and show other members of the team in their own examples how to lead people through difficult times, how to be brave enough to take risks when other people are not willing to take. Next question, question number 4. Do you think men and women will make a different choice about risk taking? Well, personally, I think risk taking doesn't depend on your gender. It doesn't matter whether you are female or male, rather it depends on a person's character. Some people by nature, they are risk takers. They like trying new things, they like experimenting with with new things, with different things. But some people on the other hand, by nature, are very prudent, very cautious, and they will not take risks easily. Now the last question. What about the young and old? Well, obviously the young are more likely to take risks in their lives because they don't have enough life experience and they want to try different things on their own. They want to experiment more often than the old people. On the other hand, the old are more experienced. They have a lot of life experience and they know very well what works well for them and what doesn't work. That's why they are more cautious, more prudent whenever they're taking risks, and they only make conscious decisions when they decide to take a risk. Now this is all. This was the end of the video. Thank you very much for watching the video till the end. Let's talk to each other more often in the comments section. Could you please tell me which risk you took in your life and which had a positive result? Leave in the comments. And also please tell me in the comments section which IELTS speaking party question you would like me to answer in my future videos. Leave in the comments section. I'll try to answer them in the future videos. Once again, thank you very much for watching the video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you liked the video, and also hit the like button and the notification bell. And besides that, share the video with people who are studying for IELTS, because this might come in handy in their preparation. Thank you very much and see you in the next videos.